Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Final Term, D.I. Geraldine Steel, Book 19, by Leigh Russell. Narrated by Zara Ramm. Chapter 1. Cassie applied her lipstick quickly. It was different from the nude colour she generally wore to school. Luscious was the description of that outline, although it scarcely made any difference to her appearance. Until they reached the sixth form, pupils weren't even allowed to wear something as subtle as that. Not content with forcing pupils to wear uniform, the teachers had regulations governing makeup, jewellery, shoes, hair, everything they could possibly think of. But she was 16, and they couldn't stop her from doing whatever she wanted. It probably wasn't even legal for them to try. She popped another piece of bubble gum in her mouth and sighed. The initial burst of sweetness was almost sharp in its intensity, but after a few minutes the gum became tasteless. She pouted at her reflection in the mirror. Her lips, now a gorgeous bright pink, were lush enough for her purpose. Satisfied, she set to work on her eyes. While the lipstick was the most important element of her makeup, there was no point in leaving the job half done. Deftly she applied smoky grey eyeshadow and more mascara. Seeing her eyelashes stuck together in tiny clumps, she swore aloud. The cheap stuff always ended up clogged, and she had to use her fingers to separate the lashes. Very soon she would be able to afford expensive makeup instead of the shit she was reduced to using now. Stuffing her cosmetics back in her school bag, she took one last look at her reflection. Commonplace enough on a night out, her makeup looked sensational with her school uniform, and her blonde hair could have been natural if you didn't look too closely. There was no way Sir was going to be able to resist at least a flicker of desire once they were alone together. And that was all she needed. She glanced at her phone, aware that timing was crucial if she was going to catch him on his own. Not long now. Undoing another button on her shirt, she yanked her tits up to deepen her cleavage. Two sixth form girls came in and glared at her in the mirror. "Slag," one of them muttered, loudly enough for them all to hear. Cassie stared pointedly at the speaker's frizzy ginger hair. "Can't you do nothing with that hair?" she retorted. The ginger's friend giggled. "Stupid slag," the girl repeated. "I ain't done nothing. Anyone can see I'm hot," Cassie replied smugly. "That's because you get your tits out any time you see a bloke," the ginger-haired girl said. "We all know a slag when we see one."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?